So one of my quick trades for the day was shorting Robinhood after it reported earnings. Remember, one of my favorite things to do is not to buy a stock before it reports earnings, because guess what? We cannot predict the future. But I like to wait for the market to react. And then once something becomes overbought and it begins to show signs of a resistance and begins to consolidate and trade sideways, then sometimes, not always, I've been wrong many times, but sometimes when it shows signs of resistance, there's enough selling pressure that it begins to correct itself. And once that price action follows, I end up making money as I short this stock. And that's exactly what happened today. I didn't make a ton of money, but I made $3,500 shorting Robinhood stock. And it happened within 10 to 15 minutes. And I was actually live on Instagram. So if you tuned on into my Instagram live and you watched me short this, let me know down in the comment section what you thought. But my entry, my exit was all shared with the LPP team and what we were working towards, with a price target of $18.50 and an entry of $19.02. Now, another stock that I shorted today, again, this one was very different in the sense that I used so much, I used a much larger position size, to say the least. I made around 13.6K on this one. And again, a big part of it is because, again, I trade with over $500,000. I'm not so, I would say, pleased with this trade. And the reason behind that is because it didn't necessarily go exactly according to plan. I wanted to make a lot more money, especially with the dollar amount that I put behind it, but the trade just didn't go according to plan. I still walked away in the green. I'm still grateful for it, but at the end of it, not much happened there. When it comes down to Robinhood, why did it originally go up after market hours? It reported earnings. It beat earnings per share with 18 cents versus expectation of 5 cents, and revenue at 618 million versus 543. So, yep, that's really just it. There's a handful of other companies that reported earnings after the market closed. One of them, Airbnb, sold off 8.3%. The other one, AMC, pretty much trading sideways, not much activity going on, down 1.25%. Beyond Meat, so if you like that fake meat, 14% in the red is what Beyond Meat is actually selling off. Doesn't really surprise me. And the only one out of the ones that I was paying attention to that actually ended up green was Robinhood, but then it's giving it back as, again, it doesn't really surprise me. It could have been an overreaction, and we're just following the price action, and the price action is showing lower highs and lower lows and a correction of that selling pressure. So very simple trading setup, right? You don't predict, you prepare and wait for the market to react. The market reacts, and then you prepare your setup, right? And I plugged it into my risk to reward ratio calculator, my 1902 entry, my desired exit, my stop loss of where I plan to stop limit, right? Where I plan to cut losses if that short doesn't go according to plan. A 4-to-1 ratio for my risk to reward ratio, and with 8,000 shares, that's $152,000. I walked away with, not necessarily 4.1K, because I ended up covering my position short. So I do have a habit of doing that, of closing my position a little bit too early. But I do want to remind you, for tomorrow, pre-market, we have Roblox reporting earnings. And then after the market closes, there's really nothing in my radar. I don't care about any of these companies. I really don't care about any of the company that's reporting earnings tomorrow. There's Warner Brothers, which sure, it's somewhat popular. But other than that, I'm pretty much done for the week of really paying attention to companies that are reporting earnings. Today, we had a strong amount: Airbnb, AMC, Robinhood, ARM, Beyond Meat. But that's pretty much it. So I'll keep you guys up to date. Again, if you ever want to tune on into my live sessions, I've told you once, I'll say it again, I trade live every single morning. You get to see all of my good trades and all of my bad trades. If you're a visual learner and you learn best by watching other people do, you don't want to miss out. Second link in the description down below. And if you feel like you are ready, again, it's a one-time payment, lifetime access, and you'll save 50% off by using that second link in the description right now. I appreciate your time. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.